Hello everyone, welcome back for more Let's Play Ultima 3 Exodus. So, last we left off, the four Tatos here were trying to work their way up to over 400 experience each, and they did that. Also got a decent amount of gold, but that is a secondary concern for the moment. And if you recall, the next step is to get the pirate ship. This may not be the only time I need to get a pirate ship, but that's a bridge we will cross when we come to it. But now we're going to have all four of these people talk to Lord British here. And yes, I moved Tato 3 and 4 up into the front row, just because they lagged behind in experience because Tato 1 and 2 were getting all the first shots off. That's the only reason I moved them around here. So now, let's go ahead. Hit the status. Everybody's maximum hit points is now at 550. Unfortunately, their hit points are still at 150, because that's the way this works. You don't get the bonus. You don't get the hit points automatically added to you. And just walking around will literally do nothing, even if it's out in the field, as far as hit points go. So, my next... Oh, well, it'll very slowly restore some, hit points. That's cool. But let's go ahead and do things the same way. To swap these people back, just because it's easier for me to keep track of a few certain things. Nothing that you guys watching the videos need to worry about, but we are going to now. Magic. And you see, we will get a random amount of hit points with each cure, or with each heal, because cure cures poison, it doesn't restore hit points. That's what heal does. There is a difference. And if we give it a second, you will see we managed to get 150 hit points out of that. Now we need to let their magic recover. And the easiest way to do that is to walk around town. Maybe even talk to people. Even though there won't be anyone out here on the outskirts of the castle that's really worth talking to. But we are going to have to... I want to fill up everyone's magic. Or everyone's hit points. Because there's a very good chance we're going to need it. Very soon. However, I'm not going to sit here and make you guys watch this. Watch me walk around the inside of the castle for... Oops. I did not need to cast that. That was a waste of magic. Bad on me. I'm going to pause the recording, and then I'm going to get everyone up to close to 550 hit points. And then we are going to go out and get ourselves a pirate ship. That this may be disastrous. I don't know, but we will find out. So give me just one moment. Okay. Everybody has maximum hit points and is wielding pretty much the best stuff they can. Unfortunately, for our poor wizards there, we are going to need to put the clerics on the front line, because the clerics at least get a slightly better set of armor and weapon to do things with. Now, you notice we have much stronger enemies here. They will not hesitate to pounce on us if they get a half a chance. But what we want is going to be in the water, because it's a pirate ship. There are also sea serpents. Sea serpents are the one things we really, really need to avoid right now, because, well, sea serpents launch projectiles at us, and we can't deal with that because we can't swim. Because when we get into the battle scenes with sea serpents, they will be swimming out in the middle of the water, and we won't be able to reach them, except with spells, and we don't get to cast very many spells now. Anything else we get in a fight with, we can sustain, as long as we can get back into town and heal up afterwards. Which, this is why getting a pirate ship can take a fair bit of time. There's a sea serpent. No pirate ship here, so the little guys will still show up, but we also got a lot of bigger guys. And they're very easily There's a pirate ship. Perfect. So now, let's get these two in position. Because we have to kill all of these enemies to be able to do anything. And just to plug up the way, we're going to put those two here. I don't even have 5 magic points to do anything with. You're going to wait. Nope, still don't have enough of that. Unfortunately, we are going to be here for a little while anyway. Right now, I'm just going to have these guys do what they need to do. And it is take pot shots at enemies here when they can. We still don't have enough magic to cast a missile spell. But eventually, because we have so many hit points, the only real benefit to leveling up, we should be able to survive this fight. Even if we only survive it with one person, that is still surviving it. They will move down, and now we can beat on them with 2 people at a time. Or we can completely whiff. Missile will pretty much hit automatically. The spells don't tend to miss very often when they're the type of spells I was just launching. We can both missile. Just gotta keep an eye on how many magic points Tato 2 and Tato 4 they have there. Yeah, we don't have any. We do not have any offensive white magic. Of course, sometimes we'll actually hit 3 out of 4 of these. You can wait until you come down. I can missile. What am I doing? Now you can go around the back and fill in the gap up there. You can wait. Then we'll come down. A fearsome fighting force, we ain't. I mean, that comes later. The next step after getting the pirate ship is to amass a crap ton of gold. So more grinding, yes. Die already! Thank you. And now, before we get attacked, we're gonna go this way. And now we've got a pirate ship, which is just a ship for us. Unfortunately, we've also got an enemy right there blockading our path. And it's not an enemy I really want to fight right here, because that's a level 2 enemy, technically level 3 enemy, and we can't just wipe it from the map like we wiped everything else. So let's see. I need to get back into town is what I need to do. So we're going to attempt something here. And around, and into the castle we go. We're going to look back out here. Pirate ship still waiting for us. Enemies gone because the place recedes. The place recedes this entire map on a fairly frequent basis. Whenever we leave a town, it recedes the map with all the enemies and such. So now we have that. We are going to go save our game. I will pause the recording while I reset and get set back up. Now, saving is finished. So give me just 1 second. I'm going to reset. I'm going to basically swap my party members in and out for a little bit. Actually, you know what? Everybody's pretty well aware I'm playing on an emulator, right? That's the easiest way I can get to play these old games. So let's go ahead and I'll go ahead and show you the process. And we get all of this. Every time we reset the game, we get to do all this. That we're going to go back into create. We're going to form party. We are going to basically empty out this party because Tato 2 and Tato 4 have absolutely nothing of value on them except a couple of daggers. They don't have money. They do have food, but that's something we'll have to figure out in a second. But we're going to go ahead and put Lantern, then Star, then Tato's 1 and 3. It's going to welcome us. And before we do anything else, we are now going to gold. There's Tato 1. Is going to give all gold. All gold goes to Lantern. Then Tato 3 is going to give all gold to Lantern. Which is a decent starting chunk of change. but it's nowhere near as much as we actually need. And then, just because we're going to share food, which should bring our starting... Yeah, it's going to bring everybody up a little bit. So now, let's go ahead and save. And then we will reset again. That you did this back on the old console. This is exactly how you pulled things like this off. And and before we call this a video, I will cover the original way, the easiest but most tedious way to get as much gold as you needed. And I'm only doing this one to grab the food here. So that should bring your way up to about 286. We got a bunch of food there that we cannot get any lower, really. There are probably ways to get it, but yeah, you would end up with about this anyway. So let's see. Let's do this. Okay, yeah, not you two. Go. We don't care about that chainmail, even though we could probably sell it for something. We may need them to have this equipment in the future, because there is a chance we would have to go back and get another pirate ship. The pirate ship we have has a chance of getting destroyed.